Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Night Garden. Did you have a good week? A good weekend? Good Friday? I hope you did. I had a pretty good one, but my life has been in chaos right now, so I'm kind of changing the mold a little bit and doing things a little bit different today. For those of you who don't know me, welcome in. I am Artemis, or Vamp. I am here to talk to you about art today, and we will be switching over to my desk here in just a moment. Usually I do digital art. I've been dealing with some art blocks, so I figured that I would do a video on how to break that mold a little bit and get into creating without forcing yourself to. So without any further ado, let's switch over. After my fourth time that I'm trying to record this, I decided to show what I was doing under a voiceover. I'm not going to wind up showing much of the drawing process here because I got sucked in at one point and didn't record portions of it. It's a little chaotic over here, like I said earlier. I wound up losing my ruler after 3 marks, and this is fine, we're winging it, this is how it goes. So let me just jump straight into this. You can kind of see that I don't have the best lighting for traditional art here, and my computer is right underneath my desk. This is a tilt table, so I have it up at about a 45-degree angle. This is so it's more comfortable for me when I'm drawing. I can have a better angle when I'm moving my hand. So these are the thumbnails that I drew the other night. I approached these entirely head empty. I mean, you can tell there's no detail in these. They're just scribbles and you can barely tell what's going on. This is the artistic equivalent of chicken scratch, but it gets the idea out. They're not even in any aspect ratio. I didn't put any effort into these whatsoever. They're just kind of farting the idea out on paper so that I can come back to it later and do something a little bit more refined. When I drew these thumbnails, it was because I was art blocked, and whenever I'm art blocked, I switch to paper. This is because I'm a traditionally trained artist. I started with traditional art way before I was on digital art, and I kind of ideate faster on paper. It's also something that I feel a lot less precious about, because with paper, there's no Control-Z, right? Like, there are erasers, obviously, but those leave marks behind, and it's generally harder to hide something once a mark is down. I don't need to worry about if I can make a line better or if I can redo a section. It's kind of backwards. A lot of people say digital art is easier for that, but hey, I have the brain that I have. Once I put a mark down, I put a mark down, and then I don't have to worry about it, right? And then for some reason, that makes me feel better about where my art is going. It also helps that I'm doing the sketch on tracing paper so that I can lightly transfer my final chosen lines when I'm done. This protects the Bristol board below. So I'm in the mood to draw now, but I'm still art blocked. I don't know what I want to draw. I don't know where I'm going with the drawing, so I came back to these thumbnails. So I've decided that I'm probably going to go with this camera angle or this camera angle. I'm thinking I may actually go with this camera angle. You can tell in these thumbnails that the one repeating motif is a rose window. Whenever I'm art blocked, I immediately go to rose windows because I really enjoy Gothic architecture, particularly flamboyant Gothic architecture. And it's something that I can make a pattern out of. I can do something very pretty without a ton of thought or effort. And it's just something that I can kind of doodle and have fun with. And I thought to myself, well, what can I do in front of a rose window that will tell a compelling story? One of my friends and I are writing a story right now that's just kind of a hobby type thing, and we've been going back and forth, and the character I'm writing is a vampire. I know, I'm so predictable. But they are a vampire, and they are living in this old abandoned church. So I was like, well, what if I draw this character in front of the rose window? Maybe they could be standing in front of it holding a candle, or they could be standing in front of it looking outside into the woods around them. So I need to figure exactly what I'm doing with that. I don't know if the character will be facing forward or behind, or if I'll put the character in at all, but we're winging it today, and we're just going to figure it out, right? The character could even be to the left outside of the window's light, but the more that I think of it, the less that I like that placement. Ultimately, the important thing is that I started with the rose window. That gave me a starting point, and you can see by the end that my art block disappeared once I got started moving. All of this is to say, pick something up that you truly love and keep it in your back pocket for later. And when you're art blocked, maybe change your scenery a little bit. Take some time to sketch on paper or use a medium that you aren't used to. Look at this thing that you love in a new way. You might find that thing blocking you just falls away if you just let yourself be and create without any stipulations or expectations to it. This is where I got with the sketch before I had to stop, by the way, and I think art block has been staved off for another day. Tell me, what do you think? Do you like the character outside of the window placement or inside? I'm personally leaning towards inside, sitting cross-legged on the floor instead of looking out the window. Either way, I hope that this little rant on art block helps. Happy creating, changelings. If you made it to this part of the video, thank you for watching. I hope that I was able to motivate and inspire you today. If you like what I do, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And as always, thank you to my wonderful coffee patrons. I couldn't keep doing this without you guys. Speaking of coffee, if you become a member, you get early access, mentions on the ends of the videos here. You can also access our Discord. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'd like to remind you that life is hard. Make sure that you take care of yourselves, drink your water, and do what you can. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.